What's the difference in West Richardson and East Richardson? Let's talk about it from the perspective of those of us who have lived in one of those places, but also what do our clients, website visitors, radio callers, friends, and neighbors think about that? Now, you don't have to tell people where you live, but there are several people currently in the studio that do or have lived in those places.
I believe it's all of us.
I've owned property on both sides, and then someone else has owned a home on the east side, and others have owned homes on the west side. So real quick, let's just go around the horn, as they say. What do you think is different? Positives only. We all love Richardson, so no negatives, but what's different about the west side versus the east side? Anybody?
It's been a while since I lived in Richardson. We lived on the east side, and I want to say the homes were a little newer on the east side. Like they were like 1980s, as opposed to the west side was a lot of like 1960s.
That's certainly true for parts of the east side, yes.
Back when I lived there.
Yep. A lot of the Richardson development initiated when Texas Instruments was kind of getting rolling, but then there's been some waves with other, like, for a long time that Richardson was called the telecom corridor. 75 just split like a lot of telecom business, Collins Radio, AT&T, a bunch of other cool stuff like that. And it's back. But the growth came in waves, and definitely some of that second wave was on the east side. What else? East versus west, favorites, positives?
I think the schooling on the west side is a little different than east. Not that it's marginally or 10 times better, but
well, people like schools for different reasons. But I will say, generally speaking, we see people wanting to get to the west side for school. So you got Berkner High School on the east, you have Richardson and Pierce on the west, and then Richardson School District also has Lake Highlands, Southeast, City of Dallas, Richardson schools. But that's people like schools for different reasons. There's a little bit of a magnet, not program, but there's some magnet opportunities within Richardson ISD. Richardson High School has a lot of those. That's on the west side, so there's some allure there.
The east side has some areas that people don't even think about, like Breen Ridge.
Yeah. Berkner has the STEM program, so a lot of the science and technology people want to be over there. Theater draws people to Pierce High School, so there's a lot of different reasons for those. There's some difference within the schools. Ian just referenced Breen Ridge, which a lot of people don't even know is there, is part of the city of Richardson. A lot of that is in Collin County. It's kind of the panhandle of Richardson on the east side between East Plano and Firewheel, part of Garland. Breckenridge Park, big recreational park with all the sports fields, and much, much newer homes. Probably the newest homes on average in all of Richardson. A lot of mid to late 90s and newer homes over there in the northeast Breckenridge side of things. Originally, East Richardson was more industrial, more office parks, more single-story office warehouse, a little bit more business-focused. Still some big neighborhoods, less grocery stores, less shopping, less retail. That's grown up in the last decade, but still not quite as much as West Richardson. West Richardson is bordering North Dallas. East Richardson is bordering Garland. So we've said schools, we've said kind of retail restaurants. East Richardson is caught up from a value perspective, not all the way to West Richardson, but West Richardson's a more costly area to live as far as housing.
Yep.
East Richardson used to be a lot lower priced. It's caught up. It's still lower priced, but closed the gap quite a bit during the last rush. Triple C, anything from the back or up? West versus East?
No, y'all are killing it.
Okay. I think we would all say Richardson's a great place to live on either side. I have lived on the east side. I've owned, commercial property on the west side. We have great friends in both places. There's great parks and rec on both sides. You have Sherrill Park Golf Course on the east, Canyon Creek on the west side.